Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are continuing what is becoming, certainly for me, a very exciting month. This is Not Fit for Print Beauty Foundation Month, and we are adding another foundation today. This is a powder foundation from Tarte. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Gem Powder Foundation. If you've never tried a powder foundation before, you might be interested. If you have had issues with powder foundation before, we're going to talk about it, especially compared to some of its similarly priced brethren like Fenty Beauty and One Size. Also fairly good powder foundations. This little guy is $39 and comes in 18 shades. I bought the shade 20N Light Neutral. You are getting a preview of it now. I think I did pretty good on my shade choice, but like I said, there are 17 others for a total of 18 shades. This promises to be full coverage, but is buildable. Okay, it is a loose powder with a natural finish. You can kind of see that already with what I have on. This promises to be 24 hours worth of wear, and I will never test 24 hours. I don't know who has the ability to do that other than sleeping in it, which seems so bad for your skin. It absorbs oil because it has this Amazonian clay, whatever that is, inside of it, and is meant to even skin tone. They say that it will, like I said, absorb oil if you have an oilier complexion, but they claim that it is also great for dry and combo skin, in addition to what I have, which is a very normal skin. My skin will go dry if left to its own devices, but for the most part, it is pretty darn normal. Now, I come to this biased, which is why you might be surprised by my final thoughts at the end of this video. Do stick around for those. But I am kind of biased. I like Tarte foundation in general. I like to see Tarte foundation as kind of, to borrow the British term, cheap and cheerful. You know, for high-end makeup, it's not that expensive. This is $39. Compare it to, say, the Charlotte Tilbury or the Chanel that I just reviewed, which was $70. You know, you could get a few of these for that. So I find it to be really trustworthy. I love, months ago, the Hydro Flax, as you can see by my hideously dirty used bottle, which is Tarte. And this actually qualifies for Not Fit for Print Beauty Foundation Month. This came out a week or two ago, right before January started, so it's kind of grandfathered in. And this is the Shape Tape Cloud Coverage Liquid Foundation, which is also medium coverage. It's a really good foundation. It keeps selling out. It is a good one, and it will be in the recaps I do, you know, coming up with Foundation Month. It's a really good one. So I came into this with really, really high hopes. I am wearing it now. We are going to take a look at it and compare it and talk about it with others, and I'm going to apply it. I will tell you now that it's not my favorite, but gosh darn it, poor thing has a lot of competition this month. Don't know if it was a great month for them to release this, to be honest. But if you like a good powder foundation, I don't really think you'll be disappointed. So let's try it on and talk about it. Stay right there. Okay, I've put my hair out of my face so that you can see me apply this, and we'll put it on one side of the face first and then the other, and then I'll also go outside so you can get a look at it. Let's get a few ground rules down about powder foundation. And this does not, again, have anything underneath it. We're going to put it on a bare face. It does come with this little puff, and if you use this puff to apply, you will get a much thicker, I suppose you could say even application. I don't use that for a number of reasons. Number one, I don't like a very full coverage. This is meant to be full coverage foundation, but I don't like it as full can be. My other issue, and this is just personal preference, I like this little thing. I think it's cute. It's retro. It has a really kind of boudoir feel to it. I don't like opening up my foundation and seeing a dirty sponge in it. I know we keep our things clean and you can wash it and all that. I just don't like the look of that. It just kind of makes me go, you know, it reminds me of high school class where girls would sit next to you in biology and take out their foundation and just like that and put the dirty germ-ridden thing back in it. It's a personal Rebecca thing. So I don't use this. I will be using, I have a few different brushes that I brought out here. This is a Sonia G Sky cheek brush. Why not? And we have a number 5 cheek brush from Refer and a number 31 from Refer as well. All of these will work with powder. They're all kind of goat hair. This one's dyed. These are undyed. They all work with powder, and they're in various denseness. This one being the most dense, and we get the thickest application. So we're going to kind of play with those. I just wanted to explain that. So with a powder foundation, I kind of treat it like any other powder, and I just want to shake it and get it onto the lid, which I have a lot of it on the lid to work with. Let's just try the Sky Brush first and just kind of see what we think. I have played with this foundation already, and you do have to be careful. It does kind of fly up a little bit. So you can see there is the shade, which always looks a little too light when you first apply it, but let me just kind of blend it in. And I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but there is a lot of poof powder in the air, but that's okay. It's nothing bad. And I do like this brush application because, as you can see, it just kind of, I'm trying to just keep it to one side of my face so you guys can see. I'm even putting a little over the eyes. I haven't done my brows yet or anything, so that's fine. I can make a mess, not smear things. Okay. So I won't go outside just yet. I will soon, though, for you to see this. But here it is on one side of my face. Let me move the mirror just a little bit so you guys can see me better. This side of my face has the new Gem Amazonian powder foundation from Tarte, and this side, that was a mouthful, this side has nothing. And of course I still need concealer and the rest of my makeup, but I just wanted to give you kind of an example. Very quick to put on and easy like any other powder. Let's do the other side of my face, but this time let's go in with this Rephr number 31, which is one of the newer Rephr brushes. It's very dense and almost like take a kabuki style and kind of slope it, if you can see the slant there. And I'm still working with that powder that I initially put onto the lid, by the way. This is going to get a slightly thicker application. So I'm being a little bit more gentle with how much of it I put onto the brush. It is still poofing into the air a little bit, but I'm talking while I do it, and I'm not coughing or anything like that. So it's nothing that's going to choke you. But I did want you to know there is no scent at all. Thank you, Tarte. There is no scent at all. If you have been with my channel for a while, you'll know. Let me just put a little bit more on. And I actually do like this brush to apply it. So a kabuki brush, any sort of a flat kabuki brush I think would be great with this. If you've been with my channel for a while, you'll know that they redid the Amazonian Clay Foundation, the liquid foundation, and added a very fragrant perfume that does not dissipate, and I cannot handle it. And I don't use it because of that. This has no scent whatsoever at all. Not even a powder scent. It's literally scentless. All right. I have been playing with it, so I have some thoughts. I'm going to take you outside now, so let's take a look at that. Here is the foundation. It needs concealer, it needs other makeup, but here it is in outdoor light, just to kind of let you see what this looks like outside. Just to show you real quick, and I'm going to now show you, I'm going to come back with the rest of my makeup done, and we'll talk about this versus some other powder foundations that are out there, and I'll give you some of my initial thoughts, so I will keep playing with it. Stay right there. Okay, let's talk. This is the rest of my makeup finished. This is a very typical powder foundation. If you love powder foundations, you'll love this one. If in the past you have never been drawn to powder foundations, you will not be drawn to this one. So let's talk about it a little bit. Does my face look like it has makeup on, and therefore my skin look a little bit more even toned and all that good stuff? Absolutely. Do I feel more presentable and confident if I go out in it? Absolutely. Is it pixelating a little bit? What do I mean by that? But, you know, kind of sitting on top of the skin in certain areas of my face. Yeah, it is. And do a lot of powder foundations do that? Yeah, they do. Is this a foundation I would recommend for particularly dry skin? No, I wouldn't. It says here it's great for normal to dry skin. I have normal skin. Maybe it would be better with a little bit of a primer underneath, and I'm willing to try that as the weeks go on and not fit for Print Beauty Foundation Month. I will play with it a little bit more. Am I particularly super impressed? No, I'm not. I really love Tarte's foundations. I really do. You know that. But in terms of a powder foundation, I think this is very run-of-the-mill. I prefer the Fenty Beauty one. if I could get the right shade, I would even prefer Patrick Starr's One Size. The Fenty Beauty is somehow moisturizing while it is powdering. So when I have friends who have liked a powder foundation, I'm not talking even a cushion, I'm talking a powder foundation. Generally, I recommend the Fenty, and I will continue to do so. This is not a bad powder foundation, but it is not the best of the best, and I don't think it'll be on Tarte foundation, on Tarte's highlight reel for their foundations. Let me put it that way. If you love Tarte and you love a good powder foundation, this is not a bad one. But the fact that this is in among foundation month with all of the foundations that I am testing out this month, you guys, you know, I suppose we shouldn't be shocked that I am not blown away. You know, if I had reviewed this on a month where it was the only foundation that came out, maybe it would have gotten a slightly more rave reviews. Doubtful, but you know, in and among some of these greats that I am reviewing day to day this month, it is not standing out as anything particularly noteworthy. Again, love the brand Tarte, love the Tarte foundations. And again, you love a powder, you'll like this one. If you were just kind of thinking about trying this, save your money. There's a lot of better foundations out there. Had to say it, but always interested in your comments below. So definitely leave me a comment and tell me what you think of powder foundations in general. Do you like the Fenty one? That really is my favorite powder foundation. Let me know your favorite powder foundation, not cushion, but powder. Let me know. And I always want to hear what you got to say. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, which I sure hope that you did. And if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to my channel so that we can catch up with all the rest of the foundation coming out this month. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.